G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with more of our Oblivion Remastered playthrough. I have not done as much as I said I would since the first video. I have not finished going through all of the mage guilds and looting them of everything. Because I got a level and I thought we would talk, we'd come back, we'd get that level and we'd talk a little bit about it. So I have gone to Anvil and done the mage and looted the Mages Guild there. I've gone to Skingrad and looted the Mages Guild there. And I have gone to Breville and done that. And we are now down in Leyawiin. So we're about halfway through. I have also gone and bought the bedroom upgrade to Frostcrag Spire. And I did that one first because that allows me to then store some stuff in the chest, or the chest and the cupboard in the bedroom. But I thought we need to rest. It's the middle of the night. We might as well do that and look at the leveling system while we're at it. Now, I did find some information online, in particular in the forum that the wiki that I like to go to. Actually, I can show you that. Let me just load that up. So there was some information. So the unofficial Elder Scroll pages, or the unofficial Elder Scroll pages.net, the wiki, with its information about Oblivion, has a whole section on Oblivion Remastered. And in particular, it tells you what the changes are in there. And it's very interesting. I don't want to go through too much of it, but it does the stuff that we found, that we worked out yesterday in the previous stream about no longer being male and female body types. They're now called type 1 and type 2. And the related part about that is now that you have origins for the character, which give you the different stats that you used to have for type 1 and type 2. So females are type 1, males are type 2. The other interesting thing, health now regenerates outside of combat, which it didn't do in the original game, which is nice. Where was it? The stuff we saw about harvestable items, they no longer fail, so that's great. We had seen that. We'd seen that you can move slowly while over encumbered, which is now really nice. We saw that they added the new clairvoyance spell. The big one, I think, and somebody, Dag Oblivion, I think it was, mentioned in my YouTube stream, and then also again, I think, in comments, the Lord's birth sign has been changed. What it used to be, the Lord's birth sign, let's find that. Birth signs. The Lord used to be Blood of the North Lesser Power, which for 15 seconds restored health of 6 points per second. And you could use it multiple times a day for the cost of 50 magicka, which is a nice little heal thing, but you were permanently 25% weak to fire. The new version of it, and this is super powerful, and I wish I had picked it for this mage, rather than taking the mage, which gave me 50 extra magicka, this I think would be really good. Also, if you want to play a spell sword, this would work really good too, because you wouldn't have to wear armor. You could skip having armor and just use your protection spells, so you get plus 15 armor permanent and plus 15% magic resist. So if you play a Breton wizard or a Breton spell mage, spellblade, or any Breton character really, you start with a base armor of 15 rather than 0, and your magic resistance will be 65%, not 50%. And so you can then use the protection spells to boost your armor up beyond that. And that is just like, that is, as Dag Oblivion said, it's OP. Like, that is really, really good. And I have tested it out a little bit. I did started another build, which is why I didn't get as far as I had hoped with this one. Those are the main ones that I wanted to take away from the remaster changes, except for leveling, which we're going to talk about now. So the leveling changes, stats and leveling. So now, I can't tell you about every Elder Scrolls game because I haven't really played Elder Scrolls Arena, even though I have a copy of it, and I've only sort of dabbled at Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, except that I've also tried the Skyrim mod that someone created that recreates the main quest of Daggerfall. But in 3, 4, and 5, so Morrowind, which is 3, in Morrowind, any skill that you leveled up contributed to your level up. And then when Oblivion came out, they changed it and said only major skills increase your levels. That's why when you were doing the min or unleveled playthrough in Morrowind, where you decided that the only way to keep the game at a sane level was to never level up, what you did was you created a custom class where the only skills that were major skills were ones that you were never going to use. So if you weren't going to wear heavy or light armor as a mage, you would put those two in there. If you were never going to repair gear, you'd put armorer in there. And you'd basically, and then you'd put blade and blunt and block, and you'd put them in there, and you'd just never use them, so they never leveled up. So you would never be able to get to level 2 because you only increased your character only leveled up when you increased major skills, not minor. Well, this remake has changed that back again, so that all skills increase it, but major skills level up much faster than minor skills. So that is more in line with what Skyrim did, because Skyrim didn't have major and minor skills. It was just when you leveled up a skill that contributed to you leveling up. But if you had a skill that was really high level, it didn't count as much to your next level as a skill that was really low level. If you started working with a skill that was low level, it would count more. And the same thing happens here. Not really, but it's a similar thing here. But also, and this is the thing that I need to look at, we'll look at this in just a sec, which I think is going to be interesting, is you may remember I said that you couldn't see anymore what these skills were related to, right? Because in the original version of the game, alteration, for example, was related to intelligence, right? So was conjuration. Destruction was related to willpower. Mysticism was also intelligence. Restoration was also willpower. And then you had, like, armor was endurance. Athletics was speed, I think, etc., etc. And when you leveled up these skills, that allowed you to have a certain number of points that you could apply to each particular attribute. So if you had a lot of levels to do with skills that were to do with intelligence, you would be able to put the full 5 points into intelligence. That's all gone now. That's why it doesn't show you here that, oh, destruction is a willpower skill, because it doesn't matter anymore. When you're ready to level up, like we are now, we're going to get, I believe, 12 points, it says. This is where it gets weird, though. You get 12 points, but you can only up 3 skills, and I think you can only put a maximum of 5 points in each. So the one that's different is luck. You don't get 1 point of luck until you put 4 points in. So that might be why you get 12 points per level. But we'll see, because we're going to do it right now. We're going to go into here. We're going to rent a bed, and we are going to rest and see what it does.
Welcome, stranger, to the 5 Claws. Witsadutsi gives you her... There's a bed for you if you need... Very well. Room
number 2, just near the entrance. Great. Right here. What? Number 1, that's right near the entrance. Number 2, not right near the entrance. I remember this now from the original. That's not like something that's introduced in the remake. That was how it was. So we are going to sleep for 9 hours. Now, in Skyrim, you could hold on to this and hit enter, and then do that, drag the thing across, and it would finish really quickly. You can't, as you can see, you can't do that anymore in this. So we've got to level 2. We have 12 virtues, and we can increase 3 attributes. So I definitely want to increase intelligence. And I can put 5... Hang on. Oh, 12... Oh, hang on. 12 across 3 means you can't do 5 in all 3. I can go 4 in each one if I want. Okay. I think early game, it's going to be important. Well, look, there's a couple of things here that I can do. I could go 5 points in each of these, and I think that's probably pretty good at the start. The last 2 points, I really want... There's 2 things I feel like I'm hurting for at the moment. They are health, which means putting points into endurance. Now, I'm not saying that I really am hurting for health, but, you know, you do need health. More health would be better than not. And strength, but only for carrying capacity. Until I get a mod that allows me to have a backpack, it's always going to feel like strength is not enough. Doesn't matter how much strength I've got, I'm always going to want more. Now, because I'm not carrying armor and weapons, that is slightly better for me here, but it would be interesting to put some points here. G'day, Chaotic. I'm assuming that's probably Captain Chaotic. All right. I think, though, initially I'm going to go with endurance. Now, I'm not exactly sure what my health was before. I think it was at 60, so it's now 65, 220 magicka. Yeah, and interestingly, we didn't really get many levels here. We got a few levels of destruction to get to level 2, but most of the levels that we actually got, I think, were in Mercantile, because we've been selling so much stuff. So anyway, now that we've finished in here... Hello. The other thing is, much to my dismay, I decided that I had to knock the graphics settings down to low. And now I don't know whether this is my setup, because I am running this on Linux, so it has to run through the Proton engine, or whether this is just a thing that everybody is noticing. But I've got a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 Ti as my graphics card. It is a few years old now, but I will say, in Avowed, I was able to play the game on epic quality and never had a problem with stuttering or anything like that. Now, the game I was able, when I first started this playthrough, I was running on high, which was the recommended setting. I clicked the button that said detect now. I'll do it again, and it's going to recommend high, right? And I'll confirm that, and you'll see everything looks really nice. The people and the so forth look really good, but the minute I step outside, the frame rate just goes to hell. And my graphics card is at 100% CPU, or damn close to it. Not looking too bad at the moment, because we're actually inside a city. If I leave the city and go out into the countryside, this is when it's really going to bog down and you're going to notice it. Even just how slowly that has loaded. And now that is... this level of stuttering is just ridiculous. And if I turn on the display of... where is it? FPS. Even though I've got it set on 30 FPS rather than 60 now, it's chugging. It's not able to make 30 FPS at high on the high setting. So, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some optimization. But again, I'm not entirely sure if that's just me or if this is something else. If I switch this back to low... Right, and let's just make sure, what is it kept down here? Yeah, see, I think I had anti-aliasing that way, and I turned off upscaling. And I think I had lumen ray tracing off. No, actually, I left that on, because if I didn't, it would try and do it in software, so at least if it can use that, so I will let it. And this now is maintaining 29 to 30 frames a second, and it's not visibly stuttering, or at least, I don't know if you see it stuttering, but it's not stuttering to me. It's looking really nice, and I'm actually seeing the rain for once. Everyone's models look... A moment of your time. Actually, his model doesn't look too bad, but if I go back into that and have a look at what the Khajiit and Argonian look like, they look absolutely terrible. So, yeah, that's the one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with today, is just noticing that it's just not... Oh, come on. Have you crashed? No, you haven't.
I'm only asking for a single coin.
Right, see, that model looks pretty terrible.
Go ahead, please.
No, it's not too bad. I thought it looked worse before.
Morning.
That looks terrible.
What?
So
Farewell.
pixelated and grainy and, yeah. I'm sure some of the anti-aliasing and all that sort of stuff, maybe those settings might make that look a little bit better. Maybe if I turned off the anti-aliasing and went back to the upscaling, that...
What do you want?
Yeah, I'm not
You
sure
too.
if I like that any better or not.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose that's a little bit better. I'm mostly looking at the hair around the sides of her head more than anything.
You too.
But yeah, it's just a little disappointing that I've got to run it on low to be able to get any sort of decent performance out of it. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a step back. The idea here is that I do want to do the Mage Guild quest line. I also want to get as much money as I can because I need about 6,000 gold to be able to buy the rest of the items that I want for the Frostcrag Spire. In particular, I want the enchanting and spell-making altars set up. And I want the spell-making one first so I can start making spells for myself. But I think what I'm going to do, rather than just completely boring you with all of me running around inside the Mages Guilds, looting everything and selling it all, is we might actually go back to Anvil here and actually start doing some of the Mage Guild quests. So I'll do the Anvil one, I'll come to Skingrad, I'll do it, I'll go to Breville and do it, and then we'll go to Leowin and I'll take that quest and loot that place, and we'll sort of continue on from there. See, this looks a little bit shabby, I think, at this quality level. I don't know. Everything just looks a little washed out. Maybe I do need to drop the brightness down to the recommended setting. Where was that brightness? Brightness intensity. Maybe I do need to drop it to just to there, maybe. And that might make it look a little bit better outside. Anyway,
Well met.
Hello, associate. Unlike some frivolous tasks you may be given at other guild halls, this is a serious matter and has consequences. Are you prepared?
Yep.
Then allow me to explain the task. The Council of Mages has entrusted me with resolving a situation along the Gold Road. Several traveling merchants have...
We know what this quest is. We've seen it all before.
Archmage Traven...
But merchants... Rogue Mage...
The scroll he may... This is a hawk. And what? The inn lies do not...
What's going on with you? I ran into
Has
some
that given me the
goblins
quest
in
or
the woods
not?
long ago.
I'm not sure if it
Nasty
has.
little beast.
Anvil recommendation. Alright. Oh, it has. Good.
Horrid beasts.
It wasn't clear that in the original game it was much clearer. Like you had that pop-up that showed you that you got this new quest. And you don't really do that anymore. Now, it is the middle of the night. What is the time? That's the other thing. 11:24. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to her by the time I get up there. But I'm going to give it a try. Right. Going to want to be careful. Let's... And that's exactly why we want to be careful. I can hear that wolf, I just can't see it. Oh! What happened? Okay. It just didn't last very long. Actually kind of concerned that the more concerned with the bandit who's usually over here than with the wolves at the moment. Although having said that, the wolves are going to be more trouble. There he is, right there. Alright. Guess I'll take all of that. I don't want the pants really, but better than nothing.
Evening.
I don't know, even with this torch out here, it still feels like the game is struggling a little bit. Maybe not even just with the torch. Yeah. So let's see, can I talk to this woman who
Evening.
gives me the mission?
What's new with you?
I heard people saying, "Hello, stranger. What can I do for..." Carahill has sent go and speak with Christoph. Rent a room for the night. If anyone... No, friend.
Welcome to the Let me guess. Trap? Ah, yeah. Haven't seen us. I don't like to... Right then. Good day.
Pardon me, did I hear you say that you're a traveling merchant?
Yep.
Don't you worry, what with the recent killings and all? I'd be... well, you...
Dock is free. What do you want?
Waiting for what's her name to come so I can talk to her. Here she comes.
Hello there. All right. Once you've rested, you'll need to continue. I shall be following. Should you be... Once the...
Yeah, off you go, and I'll get some sleep.
Hello there.
All that stuff about having to set trolls on fire is a bunch of...
7 hours should do it.
Hello. Go there.
How do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. Still isn't great. All right.
I'm afraid your journey. I'll be taking whatever you're. The best you can do? Take that!
Where'd you go? Running away. There we go. All done. I don't care about the keys, to be honest. Because it only gives access to her room, and I don't think there's really anything in there that we need or want. So... Now, we don't need to heal ourselves, because our health's going to come back by its own.
Hello
But, if we do heal ourselves...
You've done well. The Gold Road should be a little safer for now. You should return to Anvil and be seeing you.
But if I heal myself after combat, then that means I'm going to be raising up my restoration skill, which will be good. So...
What is it, citizen?
Oh, I didn't pick up his mace. Yeah, still not really happy with the performance of this. Ah, here comes Mike.
Maik knows much, tells some. Maik knows many things others do not. Everybody's talking about the Prophet. After the attack on the chapel, people are inclined to believe almost anything.
Bye.
So, what of the rogue mage? Has he been found?
Sounds like there's a bit of an echo there.
A she, you say? And she's dead. Well, Ariel and Roliand did what needed to be done. No more innocent deaths. At least for now. You have done well enough for yourself. I'll pass along my recommendation to Raminus. Though I must say, I doubt it will do you much good in the end. Let's see if we can't teach you a thing or two.
I don't want to learn any more
Farewell.
illusion. G'day, Zane, and g'day, Baneberry. How am I enjoying it so far? Look, I'm enjoying it because it is a little bit more player-friendly so far than the original. But, despite the fact that I'm running a GeForce RTX, so an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 Ti, which can run Avowed on epic quality levels without any hassle, I can't run this on anything but low. And even then, it doesn't stutter too bad in cities. In fact, it looks great I can run it on high in cities or in buildings, dungeons, stuff like that. But the minute I go out of a city and into the wider world, the game just bogs down. And I don't know whether that's just me or whether it's, the engine optimization is terrible, but I mean, look at this performance out here. It's barely able to keep, and I've got it set to 30 frames a second max. If I had it set to 60, it just would not even cope on low. But it can't just be Unreal Engine, because I'm pretty sure Avowed is built in Unreal, and Avowed runs great. So they need to do a little bit of work to fix some stuff here. But overall, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the new leveling system so that I don't have to care about what skills I level up or anything like that. I can just play. I still need a little bit of forethought when it comes time to level up, because I've got 12 points that I can spend, and I can spend them across 3 attributes, and I can put a maximum of 5 points per attribute. And so 12 means that I can either give 3 of them 4 points each, or I can give, 1 5 or 2 5 and 1 2, or whatever combinations I want. It's still like, my plan is to do all of the Mage Guild questline and then jump into the main questline. And that'll be the area where it's going to really show how well balanced the game is, because it was always the main questline that I felt was really unbalanced, because even if you did nothing but start the main questline, that very first gate that you go through in Kvatch, so the very first gate that you go through here, not only are you up against the scavenger imps, but you're up against those little triceratop dinosaur type things, and those guys just wreck you really hard. And like standard Daedra as well. But if you waited a couple of minutes and then waited till you had a few levels and then came and did this, it got even worse, because when you tried, after you closed the gate and you came back and you tried to go through and rescue the Count of Kvatch, or the Lord, whatever he is, when you tried to do that, you then got hit with those big Daedroth guys in the throne room. And that thing was really hard as well. And it didn't matter whether you're using, melee weapons, missile weapons, or spells. Any of those Daedra were always hard. Yeah, Clan Fear in Kvatch. The Daedroth in Kvatch as well, if you leveled up. Or if you hadn't leveled up, it was just Clan Fear and Imps in there. It wasn't too bad. And that's why, you know, a lot of people did all of these things to do so that they never leveled up, or that you only level up once, because one of the quests that you require to do for the main quest line, you need to get a Daedric artifact, and none of the Daedric artifacts, well, the only Daedric artifact you can get without leveling up was, what's the name of the sword? Umbral. Is it Umbral? Yeah, something like that. The sword that's over here. But getting that without leveling up was almost impossible, because the person you had to kill was just super high level. And so it was always really hard. So that's going to be the thing that really tests what they did to improve the game. I'm happy to see that they still had all the extra stuff like Frostcrag's Spire. All of that stuff is still in the game. There was stuff that disappointed me that they didn't add in. And I know that they didn't add a lot of stuff in for any, for a variety of reasons. But when you actually look, I had the wiki up here before. This is a list of all the stuff that was changed, etc. And apparently they added a couple of quests. They added some armor and some weapons and a couple of quests. And I'm like, well, if you can add all of that in, why couldn't you just give me gloves? Because as a wizard, the only things that you can wear on your hands that don't count as armor were the wrist shackles that you got in the prison at the very start. And so there was nothing that you could put on your hands and enchant, right? That you could put an enchantment on that wasn't either light or heavy armor. And as soon as you wore that light or heavy armor, it brings down your spell effectiveness. And so I'm really annoyed that they didn't do anything but enchant. They didn't add anything in, just gloves. That's all I wanted, gloves, nothing else. Well, I also wanted backpacks. I'd give my left nut for backpacks, because the game is just ridiculous without them. Right? It forces you to put points into strength, just because you can't carry much. And I've always said that's one of my biggest things in any game, is when they put huge restrictions on you for carrying capacity. And I know it's more realistic, and yes, they added in here where you can actually now move when you're encumbered, where you didn't used to be able to. And sure, you as a wizard, you can, or as anyone, you can learn the ease burden spell, which I have got a copy of. But yeah, it just feels so annoying that there's no backpack and there's no gloves. Like, I'm not asking for some like magic thing like exists in
What?
Avowed, for example, where you can send stuff to, or Baldur's Gate 3, where you can just automatically send stuff to your party camp, which is a massive sort of cheat, really.
Oh, no, that's Adriana's job, not mine.
That's right. It's
Goodbye.
Adriana's job to do that, isn't it?
What is it, associate?
So, yeah.
I trust you have good reason for interrupting me.
Recommendation.
I'm afraid I haven't given it much thought. Now that I think about it, I do. Excellent. I just don't have the time. You might want to ask around and see if anyone can be a... Selena should... Have Earthor see me when he gets back, associate.
Did she give me the new spell? I thought she normally gave you a new fire spell to deal with the zombies that are going to be around him. I know if you talk to one of the guys here, they give you some more information, but I can't remember if they're the ones who give you the spell or if it's somebody else. I mean, you can see how smoothly the game is running indoors. It's... Quite frankly, it's sort of embarrassing that it runs so badly out in the world when it runs that good indoors.
A nice enough guy, I suppose, but somewhere else. So we settled down in Bleak Flats Cave. Oh dear. Let's see if we can't teach you I'm here to help.
Oh, one of the other things that was changed, like I've mentioned this previously, that you can't... you used to be able to block and then cast a spell while blocking, and that would cast it a little bit quicker. You can no longer do that in the game. But the other thing that I saw that they changed was that if you cast a bound weapon, you used to be able to sheathe that weapon and it would disappear, and you'd go back to whatever weapon you had previously. That no longer works. And I don't understand why, because I actually like that feature. Because if I've cast the bound weapon and then I decide I don't want it anymore, I want to be able to get rid of it before the end of the spell. That was one of the things that I mentioned in my Avowed wizard build video, is that I didn't like the bound weapons, their version of bound weapons that they had there either, because I felt like they were all terrible. But also the one thing that, you had to do that. If you didn't have to put your weapon away, but you had to switch to your alternate weapon set to get rid of it. If you accidentally cast one of those spells. Yeah, I always thought that as well, that was the whole point of doing that was your way to get rid of it.
You're here about that
to dispel it.
I presume.
But apparently it doesn't do it anymore. I thought I was supposed to tell you about the cave.
Any luck finding Earth? Selena should... Any luck finding Earth? He's an interesting fellow. Selena should be around here somewhere.
Was that who I just talked to?
Have Earthor see me when he gets back, associate.
How do you do?
Is it me or is it quieter around here with...
You want me? You sure? I don't remember. He hasn't shown up here.
I guess it was Salinas that I talked to.
Good afternoon.
Where is he?
Hello, associate.
All right, I feel like I've got enough. Oh,
Afternoon.
no. Yeah, I feel like
Where's Earthor? I haven't seen him.
But that's what I was doing.
He's still out at the cave.
I was positive somebody gave me an extra spell, like a new version of the fireball spell.
Hello, Conjurer.
To help deal
How are
with
you
the...
Today. Yes. It's just... That's where Earth... You might... I haven't seen him.
Okay, so now I can talk to her about
Thanks
it.
for asking. Go ahead,
They say that when you
please.
murder someone, the Dark Brother...
I'm here to help if you need.
Now if I come back here and talk to you about it.
You're here about that recommendation Oh, I do remember telling him to go there. By we, I mean you, of course. I'll be here when you...
Okay, so she's now given me the basic fireball spell. Weak fireball does 5 points within 5 feet for 11, whereas flare does 6 points for 10. I think I'd rather stick with flare. I mean, sure. Oh, that lasts for 3 seconds. Ah, okay. No. 5 points damage per second. That's 15. How can that be at a cost of 11? That's pretty good, actually. Let's put that in our 2 slot. And we shall go and do that. And there we are.
My children are starving. Please help.
Wonder if the game runs any better in third person. I hate to think this because I don't really like playing in third person. Oh, this is... Oh no, I was going to say this is stuck, but it's... No, it's still running terrible in third person. Where's the entrance? I thought this was the cave right here. Where is it? It is. Oh, there's the entrance. I walked right past it before and didn't even see it. What resolution? 1080p. I don't know. I don't really understand what this resolution scale is all about. Oh, yes, that worked very well. I actually don't remember the layout of this dungeon very well. 3 good hits and they die. Got that from the other side. Zero. Thought there might have been like another door over here that went underneath somewhere, but couldn't remember. Almost felt like I only needed 2 to take him down, not 3.
All gone? I can leave the cave? Oh, thank you! I'm ever so grateful. You're heading back to Skingrad, aren't you? Could I maybe come with you? It'd be safer, I think. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. You're just too kind.
I know about that.
I'll be right behind you. I can't wait to be back in Skingrad, safe and sound.
Where was the switch for that? Am I missing something? Oh, there it is. Yep.
How goes it?
Oh. Hello.
Greetings, Breton.
Go ahead, please. I've spoken with Earthor, who seems to be all right. Good work. As I've said, I'm rather busy. Goodbye.
Right. That's that done.
What is it?
Let me just think. What have I got in my inventory? I do have some stuff to sell. Well, that's right. I wanted to put... Yeah, I think I'll do that. I wanted to put some of the stuff that I got back in my storage at Frostcrag Spire. So let's do that. Right, so store this stuff and that. That's all I want to keep. And there, in here, we shall store. I don't have anything there I want to keep, although I might just keep that silver dagger just in case. Don't want to keep any of that. Keep those. I don't need the... Oh, actually keep the lockpicks on me. I might actually need them. Don't need the repair hammer. I'm going to put the Welkin Stone away for now. But eventually I'm going to collect all of them from that place near the start. And keep them on me as... Keep a couple on me at all times as a backup in case I start running really low on magicka. Alright, what's the time? It is 3 AM. Let's just rest for... No. A few hours. And then we'll travel back to the Imperial City, because I probably... Oh, I don't have enough. I was hoping I'd have enough gold to buy the first lot of candles. We'll see. What I should do is go and give the Amulet of Kings back. No, that doesn't matter. That can wait.
Who will help an old beggar?
Well met.
May I help you? Let's do business. You drive a hard bargain. You drive a hard bargain. That's more than I'd use. A fine transaction. You got a great deal. A fine transaction. A good price for it. An excellent... A fine transaction. A fine transaction. You drive a hard... You've made a good bit of... You've made a good bit... That's a fair deal. Thank you for your business. Be seeing you.
Let's just go and check how much it is for the candles. I'm pretty sure it's 3,000. Isn't.
Good to see you.
Well, it's okay, but I wish it was less so I could get them as soon as possible and I'd start making a few spells.
What? Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
It's 3,243, so I am quite away from that. Rightio.
Bye.
I can't remember what the quest in Breville is.
Hello there, associate. You're here for a... I'm afraid I haven't had time to prepare. Perhaps you can help with that, however.
Oh, that's right.
I can't... I'll need you to have a little chat with Varen Vamor. Don't say anything. I don't understand it. Some ridiculous male. He even stole... Perhaps he... It's more symbolic than take this. Varen Vamori should give it to you once you've... You have what you need to help him talk. I admit, it's not standard guild procedure, but I do it. Make sure Varen hands over that staff.
Good day.
No, you don't have...
You too.
Is anyone else here going to have...
Eteriena's spell. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all
Chameleon.
Cyrodiil.
I like the chameleon spell. Too low? What the hell? Okay. You have... I was hoping to get my own version of Charm, even though I don't really like using it.
Take care.
I always find that trying to do this quest, the guy... The scroll isn't enough.
Of the celebrated enemies explode spell. Advanced trainer and... Let's get to training.
Oh, that is so tempting to train destruction. But I can't afford it.
Let's do business.
Enemies explode. I mean, look at that. 815 magicka. Like, I just don't know how you get 815 magicka in this game. It seems impossible. Charm on target. Skill too low. Ah, there we go. 12 points for 30 seconds. 24 points for 30 seconds. There we go. That's the one I want.
Tell your friends about me. Take care.
So the Beguile is 30 points for 20 seconds. And then I just learnt Mesmerize, which is another 24 points. All right, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. Who have I got to talk to? Baron Vermilion. He's outside somewhere. Oh, he's just coming through the door as I'm going out, because I just saw the little feet icon with a 1. Texpo, in Skyrim you can definitely do that, but I don't believe you can do that in Oblivion. I think so. Let's just have a look at the wiki here at the moment. Magic, enchanting, useful enchantments. So you can create a suit of Fortify Magicka. Yes, you can. Yeah. So yeah, you can do it. In Skyrim, the way it did it was it raised your skill so that the cost of the magicka for the spells went down. In this one, you can build Fortify Magicka enchantments. The problem is that you really need to be using these sigil stones to do it. If I remember rightly, the Fortify Magicka enchantment, if you try and do it, it's not going to tell you here, I don't think. But if you try and do it with a soul gem, like if you do it with a sigil stone, it does like it gives you like an extra 50 magicka. But if you do it even with a grand soul gem or a black soul gem, you don't get, like, I don't even know if you get like 25 out of it. If I remember rightly. It just feels like it's like you would need to have the appropriate sigil stone, sorry. You would need, enough to make your full set. So head, amulet, ring, chest, pants, boots. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe you'd need like 7 of those sigil stones. And that's a high level sigil stone to find, that level. The really high level sigil stone. And even then, so if you've got, what did I say, 7? Because there's hood, necklace or amulet, 1 ring, that's 3, chest 4, pants 5, boots 6, and then there are no gloves, but if you use the wristband, the shackles, the wrist irons, that would be, did I say 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'd be 7. So 7 at 50 is, what's that? Another 350 magicka,
Hi there.
that means you still need to have another 450 magicka to get to 800. And it just doesn't feel like, yeah, I don't know. It feels really hard to, I just don't, and I've seen other spells which I think had like 2,000. I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. That's so late game as well. Yeah, anyway. Early game, the enchantment I like to put on things is armor. Like, I just like to do protect on my gear so that all of my clothes, because like at the moment I've got 0 armor. If I was to enchant all of this, even at the low level of what I've got at the moment, I think I can end up with something that's just as good as, heavy armor, but it weighs absolutely nothing.
Horrible things. I hear that
So,
elves train them.
Yeah, that was the thing that always bugged me about this game is how you get the magicka that you're going to need. It always felt impossible. Well, I think there is a slight discount. Let's have a look. So it does, no, here. It does say, if I look at destruction, no, actually it doesn't say anything about it. Like, I do prefer the Skyrim way of doing things, I will say that. Will it say anything under magicka? Does it have... Yeah. Yeah, okay. So the cost of magicka of a spell is determined by your magical skill. So yes, as it does go down, as your skill goes up, the cost of the spell does go down. So yeah, the actual cost is the base cost times 1.4 minus 0.12 times your skill. So as your skill goes up, the cost of it does come down a bit. And there's this little chart here. Mana efficiency. So as your level approaches, so the cost goes down by a factor of 5. So if it was 800, a fifth of that, what is 160? So by the time you got to a level 100, you could cast something that had 800 magicka, it would be down to 160. So that would be useful and doable. So that does work out. That is better overall. But yeah, it just, that was one of the things that always just seemed so annoying to me.
What do you want?
I understand the fighters.
All right, talk to
help
you. Yeah.
Yes, I sort of know her. Well, I mean, I don't really know her, but... Yes, I sort of know her. Farewell.
All right. So I need to cast that. Did that work? I think it did. And then I want to
Robert, nothing I'd like to talk about.
do that as well.
Talking. What can I do for you? I don't know what to say. All I want is for her to... I try and I try. All right, I admit it. I took it. I was trying to tell her how I was a little ashamed. I'm afraid I don't have it anymore, you see. If I still had it... He lives in the Talos Plaza district of the Imperial City. Tell Ardeline I'm sorry.
Yeah, not going to happen, I'm afraid. I can't remember if I need to talk to the head of the guild over here again or not. I think she gives me some more scrolls to help. But I can't remember.
It's you. Hi.
Hi there. Have you heard about that ghost of the old man?
Any luck talking with Varen Vamori yet? He sold it, huh? Very well. I presume he gave... And of course, please, keep this...
That looks
Get
out
that
into
staff
Niven
back,
Bay each
associate.
night.
Yeah, 3 more beguiles, which again isn't enough, but that and the spell that I've got should be enough.
Speak.
Speak.
What's the time? Oh, 8:16 p.m. He might not let me into his house. Oh, good, I can get in.
Good to see you.
How goes it? Good day, stranger. Saurus Aranim is my name. Yes, I have the... I don't know, just... Yes, I have the stuff. Bye.
Oh, hello.
And we'll do...
Well met. Look, I can't just give it to you. I'll tell you what. You give... That's a good deal. I'll just take the money from you then. Greetings to you.
I think we're in for some hard times.
And there we go.
May I help you? Greetings, fellow Breton.
Better off just sleeping until morning.
Well met.
Hello.
Twiddle my thumbs and wait for her to come down.
Hello, associate. Do you have the mage's... Ah, wonderful. I shall be... You needn't tell me the details. Your actions for the... And to thank you more personally, Please, I'm in.
So she gave me a Captivate spell. Oh. Not as good as the one that I bought. Like, pathetic compared to the one... Well, it's the one level below.
Desperate need of help, and I think you're the only one that I can turn to.
All right. Call if I've got anything to really sell. No, I don't. Wonderful. Let's go down to Leyawan. And we didn't loot the Leyawan Mages Guild yet, so let's do that. And hopefully from that we might just have enough to be able to buy the candles we need to unlock the spellcrafting altar.
What? Oh boy. DeGale's the only one who... You too.
Oh, that's right, DeGale.
Hello, journeyman.
What's new with you?
Black Marsh has become more dangerous than ever. Many settlers have been lost, and most non-Argonians have left
Bloodlight. Yeah, hammer. Gold. part of me wants to congratulate the developers on how faithfully they recreated the world as I remember it. But the developer in me wants to say, well, that's to be expected, because at the very minimum, they should have been able to write some code that converted. I mean, if there needed to be some sort of process of taking the game files from the original game and doing something with them to make them usable by Unreal Engine or what have you. Excuse me. You know, as a developer, I would have
What is it, associate?
written some code to do that conversion.
In Bruma. She may not always.
So the other part of me says, well, shouldn't have been hard to do. So they've done. They did it. They did it well, though.
Word without would you then see? She may be. Farewell, child.
Anvil is all in an uproar.
Right, what do we got? I'll take that. My general rule of thumb here is any book that's worth more than 10 gold, 10 gold or more, I take. Now, the thing that's interesting is books now weigh something. They didn't used to. So it used to be a case of I would just go through all of the mage guilds and I would grab every single book that I wanted to. I mean, there were times when I've gone through and I've picked up every single book, full stop, right? But it's actually slower now than it used to be because I've got to hit enter or click the mouse every time to pick up, to do the confirmation, which means moving a hand from the mouse to the keyboard to hit enter, or moving the hand from the left-hand side of the keyboard where it is for navigation over to the right-hand side of the keyboard to hit enter to accept it. So it's kind of annoying, which is why I'm definitely only grabbing books that are worth 10 or more. I'm also picking up any of the alchemical devices. But because the books now weigh something, I can't just say, well, you know, I'll wait until I've raided every single place and then sell them all at once, because I end up running out of inventory space if I do that now. Whereas once upon a time, when they didn't weigh anything, it didn't matter. But interestingly, there are some books now that weigh like half. I suppose it's a pound. Some that weigh 1, some that weigh 2. And it's not always the ones that appear physically bigger that actually weigh more. Like that one there weighs 2, but looks no difference in size to that one there, which weighs 1. So there needs to be a little bit of work on that sort of stuff, I feel, to make it make a bit more sense. Because right now, it makes no sense. Why am I doing that when I can do that? There's nothing in there that I wanted, but at least I used my spell. I'm encumbered. Well, I can fix that. Okay, ease burden. No longer encumbered. Don't know how much more I can carry until I get encumbered again, but grab a couple of things. All of that, that's for sure. What is that rusty key for? Thought I did here already. No, I didn't. Okay, that's not a cupboard. I do not recall if there is
Hello, associate.
a shop in here or not.
What is it? Strasse of the Mage. But straight to the point. I'm searching for some. Very well. Goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, good. I can sell
Can
stuff
I
to
interest
you.
you in some of my wares? You drive a hard bargain. An excellent bargain. An excellent bargain. That's a good deal. That's a fair deal. A good price for an excellent bargain. You've made a good bit. You got a great deal. You drive a hard. You've made a good bit of gold. Come
Freed up
back
a bit
and
of
see me
space.
again. May all your travels be safe.
Hi there.
How is DeGale today?
Is she well? Her condition remains unchanged.
Hello, journeyman.
I appreciate
I've
your
heard
inquiry.
Broadrest.
I don't remember that pile of gold being there. Right, that's everything here. I just got to find the other woman that I need to
What
tell.
is it,
Hello,
associate?
evoker.
Good to see you.
Have you seen Aitar? Have you reconsidered?
No.
Very well. Goodbye.
Yes? Is there something I... I'm surprised she discussed it with you. Yes, we haven't yet spoken to the others. I will continue to tend to DeGale. Can you... She's led... Be seeing you.
Oh,
Yes?
actually,
Is there something?
what have you got?
Only quality goods for sale here.
Life
What can I interest you
detection,
in?
spell reflection. I mean, I can't cast any of those. And spell absorption. I want a low-level spell reflection spell, though. Ooh, actually, that'll be interesting to see. I think it used to be that if you were a... Let's have a look. You were a Breton. I think you used to be able to cast... I think you used to be able to enchant... I think Bretons used to be able to cast this. The effect can be gained for spell making via spells, choosing the Breton or Orc race. Yeah, as a Breton, you have... I don't know whether that's still the case in the rebuild, the remaster, but hopefully it is. Because it'll mean that I can make my own copies of that spell at any time, so I can increase my spell reflection, or whatever you want to call it, but I can also enchant gear with that if I wanted to.
Good day.
Have you reconsidered? Very well. I'm afraid I don't know. Galdar was talking about it recently. He seemed very... Goodbye.
Okay, so I know to talk... I mean, I know to talk to Calthar anyway, but...
Greetings, journeyman.
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked.
Where did he go?
Now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
What?
Yes? Well, well. Word is finally spreading, is it? They won't be able to keep up this facade much longer. Yeah, I know all about it. I overheard Agata and Dagail talking. And you know what? I'm glad it's gone. Why should... She shouldn't... Year... And... What, haven't I said enough already? I've heard she... She's the one... Be seeing you.
Yes? So Calthar overheard us, did he? That explains... But we never said anything about Dagail's father. If there's some sort of connection between the Seer Stone and Dagail's father... In the meantime... Bye.
You seek more from... I know blood ran blue. What was my sire's must...
We know where it is now. That's fine.
You have words?
You go out of this side of the city. Well, that's right, the Blackwood Company Hall.
Shrava gets by all the dogs near her house.
Shrava says the sound of Jabari.
That's not the door I wanted. I should have checked first to see what it said.
Hail.
I think I'm going to restart the game because using up a hell of a lot of RAM as well. Just running terribly outside. See if it runs any better. Don't think it will, but...
Hello.
What happened to the save? I got another level? I do, I didn't notice. Probably good idea to go and take care of that.
Let's hear it.
How goes it?
Should sell some stuff too. Before I go and do this quest. I would pick the one that doesn't have a bed in it, wouldn't I? I knew it. I thought, I've got a feeling some of these don't have beds in them, and I know I'm going to pick the one that doesn't. All right. I think that's going to be a good way to do it for a while. Maybe until we get to about 75 or 80 intelligence and willpower, and then I might only add like 3 or 4 a level and buff other things a bit more.
What is it, associate?
Oh no, they took the sign down. There was a wonderful sign. That sign right there used to hang right here, and you used to be able to hit it with your head without even jumping. You'd just walk into it and bang, it would swing. Oh, that's such a disappointment. I loved that sign.
Goondalus guarantees everything almost free at best goods and guarantees retail service at warehouse prices.
I feel like that's been revoiced.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Maybe I'm wrong.
That's more than I'd usually pay. That seems a fair price. That seems a fair price. That's more than I'd usually pay. That's a fair deal. An excellent bargain.
All right. I've now got enough gold to buy the first lot of candles. I think I'm going to do that because I've also realized that I don't have any, like I've got lockpicks and I've got torches on me, but I don't have any of my health
Satisfied
or
customer. Take care.
Health or sorcery potions. So I'm better off going back to Frostcrag Tower. Well, better off coming back here to market, buying the first lot of candles, going to the tower, setting those up, grabbing my other stuff. And of course I can't do this straight away because it's 2 in the morning. I think I'm going to just wait outside the store for a couple of hours rather than go and get a bed and sleep in the inn.
Yes? Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. A pleasure to serve you. Take care.
I don't think I'll be able to craft any spells just yet, because I just don't have enough money. Well, I probably do, but I'm not going to take a chance. I'll just set up the altar, grab my potions, and then go and do this next mission. Although I should look and see what level of unlock spell I can craft based on what level of alteration skill do I have. I've got apprentice, so I should be able to create an easy unlock. I think that's worthwhile doing. What does my current open very easy on target? That costs 7. So if I go open lock easy, it's going to cost me 84 gold. What's the 2812? I'm assuming that's... Okay, no, it's 20 points. Alright, so that's going to become my new unlock spell. My current protect is 5% for 30 seconds on self. What can I do? Shield, self. Okay, I don't have enough gold for that. How do I know when it's more than I can do at my level? I don't get what the 4112 is all about. I don't get it. So, open lock. Easy. Okay, the cost is 28. Right. And am I able to cast that at the moment? Yes. Right, it's not clear what the numbers down here are all about. Like 1/12. I understand that the 1 is, if I'm saying I want light on self, a magnitude of 100 for 46 seconds, that's going to be 72 magicka. But what's the 12? I don't understand what that is, and it doesn't tell you. Like, that wasn't how much gold I had left, because I've got 70 gold, so that it wasn't that. Alright, let's grab... Let's just grab my weak healing and sorcery stuff. I'm probably not even going to need it, to be honest, because I'm just not using potions. I've really just bought the sorcery potions more than anything in case I run really super low. Actually, I might grab that Welkin Stone as well. I've got a few lockpicks. I've got a bunch of torches, although I'm thinking about not doing that little gimmick where I carry the torches around anymore because of the frame rate and the lag I'm getting. I can't just travel straight to there, can I? No. Go to the northeast gate instead. Would have to rain just to make the bloody lag worse, wouldn't it?
Who's there?
Don't know that I want to be picking up all this stuff. Let's decide what I want on the way out, I think.
To arms! To arms!
Make a decision about that later, like I said. Where does this go? Okay, there's a trap there.
Hello? Who's there?
Me. Okay. So much stuff to loot.
Oh!
Open very easy lock tome. Yep, I know that already. Okay. Very strange that enemies don't like the fact that I attacked one of them didn't force the other one to also attack. Like, I could understand if I was sneaking, maybe, but I wasn't. I kind of feel like that is broken and should be fixed. I mean, it's sort of nice because I don't have to worry. But it's wrong. Like, hacking one of those guys, the other one should have come running as well. How did they both miss? They missed him by nothing. Alright, for the first time, I want some potions.
Whoa!
Encumbered. Yeah, I thought I might be. Don't want the fur or iron stuff. The steel stuff sells better to begin with.
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get!
Well, you went down pretty quick. Barely even scratched me. Alright, this is where it all happens. Oh well.
Look, just stop right there. I can't let... What, you think I didn't know what you're up? I took it once. Why are you... Why won't you die?
Right, take all of that and his iron dagger. So, how much carrying capacity do I have? Not a lot. I know that there were... Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Dump. Ease burden. Right. There, I know for a fact there is some more steel stuff to be gotten. Where does that go? That's right, that goes to there. There was a marauder there. And that was it. If I use this marauder here as my storage, I don't know if this is actually going to work the way I want it to be honest. But we'll give it a try. See how quickly I'm getting encumbered? Actually, I've been stupid. I should be taking even that. I should be storing. But I should also be storing the steel. That I can carry more. Okay. Okay. Useful there. Useful there. Leave anything there. These bodies have despawned already. Can I search that? I did not. Naughty, naughty. Oh. All ran out. Right. Watch me get back and I was going to say watch me get back and this body is gone. It's not. That's good. So let's put everything that I found in here, and then we're going to take the best stuff out that we can carry. All right. Let's see. There's steel, boots, and armor. Take the bronze amulet, definitely. The iron arrows. How are we doing? We're doing good. As far as weapons go, none of those are really all that good. The Iron Warhammer at a price for weight ratio is probably the best of them to take. But I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to really take. I just don't... Most of this stuff is just not worth it for the cost. By the time I sell these iron daggers, they're selling for 1 gold per pound. And that sells for half a gold a pound. So they're not worth it. The Iron Warhammer is the only one that's close, and I can't fit it in. So I think that'll do. I could come back, because I can fast travel to this location now, but it just doesn't feel like it's worth it. There's also no guarantee that it'll still be here. So let's fast travel to here. And nothing's going to be open because it's 2 AM. I'm going to need to do that. Let's go to the Mage Guild and sleep.
Hello, associate. Yes? Is there some... You found it! Oh, how... Farewell.
Yeah, let's wake her up and give it to her, I guess.
Hello, associate. Nothing has changed, child. Found it, have you? Ah, child. I thank you for helping me. With the voices quieted for now, the words you seek have come to me. Though I must warn you, I have seen it will be up to you. Be seeing you.
So let's find somewhere to sleep. I think it's this one. And there's somebody already on the bed. Despite the fact that we just killed one of the members of this guild, there are no beds free. Where was he sleeping? I thought he was sleeping here. But it would appear not. I don't think there were any beds down here, were they? This was just a little storage area. Yes, yes. Oh no, there is a bed. Wonderful. Getting close to another level. Let's go and sell.
Yes? Can I interest you in some of my wares? A fine transaction. That's a fair deal. That's a good deal. An excellent bargain. That's more than I'd usually...
I appreciate your business.
Bye.
Right. That's Leowen done. We had looted everything in there. Yes, we had. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple of things to drop off at the tower, so I might as well. Woo-wee. So what have I got to drop off? Mostly alchemy supplies, which I'm not even sure I'm ever going to use. And those keys. Don't need the repair hammers. I'm going to leave them behind. They're just taking up weight. So, I'm currently using Shocking Touch as my close range spell. That's doing 10 points of shock damage for 13. Which matches that. What if I give it 2 seconds duration? It goes to 27. Now, if I up this to 20, it's 33. So it is better to go like that. Let's do that. Let's just go. Let's make that our default. Number 1. Oh, I should have called that Shock Touch so that I knew. And this weak fireball, that's doing 5 points of damage for 3 seconds. Let's create a similar one to this. That's costing 28. So that costs 11 to do 15 damage. Let's do a shock version of that, actually, but not within, because that's doing damage within 5 feet. I don't care about that. So let's create a shock spell that is target-based. It's going to do 5 damage over 3 seconds. That's going to cost 25? That other one was costing 11. It's doing fire damage on target. It was doing 5 feet, and it was also over. Yeah, that weak fireball is one of those spells that you cannot replicate. It's too good. Right? Because that's doing... First of all, you can't set something to do 5 feet. The minimum you can do is 10 feet. But that's doing... Even if I tried to create a fireball spell that did 5 points of damage over 3 seconds, that was more than the 11 mana cost. So that is actually a really good spell for what it does. Because yeah, if I go 5 points of damage over just on target, not over an area, and I do it over 3 seconds, that's 24 magicka, and that one only costs 11. And then if I tried to make it over an area, it goes up to 37. So that's a super good spell. But I do want, actually, what I want, 5 points of damage, no duration of fire, and then five points of frost. And then 5 points of shock. 24 points to do 15 points of damage. Elemental bolt. 15. I mean, it's costing 24 magicka to only do 15 damage, which that one can do for 11. But if I tried to do, say, 15 shock over 3 seconds, it actually costs more. So I think I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to make that spell my number 2 slot, which is my main ranged spell, but then I'm going to put weak fireball in my 3 slot in case I need to fall back on something that's using less magicka. Oh, and I probably should have designed that spell a little bit differently. Apparently, so that... Oh no, that is using the... That is using the shock animation, the shock icon for the damage. I think it's the last effect in the list, or the effect that does the highest amount of damage, is the one that is what it is set to. I don't know why it's showing frost as the effect while it's flying, though. But that's going to burn... cold. It's going to burn, freeze, and shock all at the same time. We end up getting a spell like that later on. That is another one of those spells that is better than you can actually make. It costs less, but does more of everything, does more damage, etc. So that'll be really good. But this doesn't use very much magicka at all, compared to how much we've got and how much we get back. How quickly we get it back. Yeah, we've got 230 magicka at the moment. Yeah, Fortify Magicka and Dispel. Resist Magic, that's the one that we can do because we're a Breton. Yeah. Alright. The next step would be to go and do the Shadenhall recommendation, then Bruma, then Coral. How long have we been streaming for? little over 2 hours, 2.75. Yeah, we'll keep going. I was thinking about taking a break, but we'll keep going. Oh, yes, I remember this one. This is a fairly simple one.
Well met. I'm Dizan, magician, Mages Guild, that is. I'm afraid you'll have to speak to Falkar about that. Knowledge is the key to success in any endeavor. Bye.
Almost encumbered already. Balls, ball, bonk. Anyone sleeping in that bed? Yes, damn it. What's the time? 1 a.m.
I'm Trayvon, the Red Guard. Mages Guild evoke. We don't much. My family, I admit, profaning. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
I mean, I just never find enough times to use telekinesis. I mean, sure, I probably should grab this, though. I should grab the water breathing. I probably should grab water walking as well.
Thank you. Come again. Take care.
Maybe after I sell everything. I'm waiting for the woman who normally mans that counter to come down.
I'm Magician Orantor of the... Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
I mean, look at that. Well, that's 418 cost.
Good day.
Morning.
What is it, associate? Don't waste my time. Very well. There was a particular ring. If I didn't, you will... It's not a normal ring, you see. You may find it slight... I believe I explained... Do you... Bye.
I'm Islandweed. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Certainly.
You've made a good bit of gold. You drive a hard bargain. A good price for a good customer. You've made a good bit of gold. That's a fair deal. Thank you for your business. Take care.
I'm Dietsan, magician. Don't tell me Falcar's gift. Oh, dear, I'd say more, but I'll tell you what. Find me when Goodbye.
Find her when Falcor's not around. You gotta wait until, like, mid-afternoon or something, I think. I remember rightly.
Hi there. Good to see you.
Yeah. Right. Where is she?
I hope I can help. We can talk, so long as Falcar is out of earshot. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's trying to get you killed. He gave poor Vidkun the same task, and we never saw him again. I'm reasonably sure there's a connection, but I can't prove it. Do be careful. I'd hate to lose another useful associate. Here's the key, and something extra. I don't know if it will be of use to you, but from what I've heard of Falkar, and if you find out anything about what happened to Vidkun, let me know, will you?
She gave me a buoyancy as well.
Bye.
Damn it, I shouldn't have bought that spell from... That's 30 seconds. That's water breathing and feather. Even better. And I have another ease burden, so that is good. But I do want to try and sell much of the stuff that I'm carrying.
Can I interest you in some of my wares? You drive a hard a fine transaction. You drive a hard bargain. That's a fair deal. A good price, that's a good deal. You drive a hard bargain. Another satisfied customer. Take care.
The only other stuff I could sell are some books. Let's sell those first before we do the... Well, just so that we've got the maximum inventory space, because this is going to use up a good chunk.
Borbak gra uzgat. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
I think that's a new voice as well. Right.
I appreciate
good.
your business. Stop talking.
Yeah, that's a different voice.
Can you spare a coin?
Alright, I'm going to cast this again, and then let's get buoyancy ready. How much does the Ring of Burden do? Doesn't say, but my weight is 164 of 164, so... I remember in doing this quest in the original game, it was really hard to find the right spot to click on the ladder to get out of the water.
An old beggar.
At least it was fairly easy this time.
I'm afraid some things have happened while you've been... Oh, just drop it anywhere. I don't think he really cared about it. I'll admit, it's my doing. I couldn't leave well. I'm just so tired of the way we've all been... He was furious when I told him I'd helped you. And then when I threatened to report him to the... He flew into a rage. I don't know. You should check. It's such a... Farewell.
this is his room. I need that other spell back, don't I? Doing magic. Means burden. Okay. So in here, there is Volgets.
How are you? What's this? Black Soul Gem. Oh dear. All right. Now, in light of the circumstances... Bye.
I hope I can have a look around. You won't... That seems a fair price. Another satisfied customer. Bye.
I don't think the Ring of Burden actually sells for very much. If I remember rightly, because it is technically cursed. Yeah, it's worth nothing. So, well, it's not cursed per se, but it does burden you.
Well,
so, yeah, I'm just going to put it in there and forget about it.
People saying they...
I actually feel like this is a good point to stop. Actually, we've only got two more recommendations, Bruma and Coral, to get, and then we can start doing the main quests in the Arcane University. But I think after I've done those two, I'm going to come over here and do the little dungeon over there. I think that would be a good option. But overall, I don't know. I'm happy enough with the game. It seems reasonably balanced, but the performance is not great. It seemed better when I first started playing it, but now it's worse. And I think it's mostly because when you first play it, you're playing in the tutorial dungeon. Everything's nice and close. The game doesn't have to render much. It works well. But as soon as you get out into the real world, no. Hopefully they're going to fix that over the coming days and weeks. We will see. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now, and I will catch you all later. Thanks, and see ya. Bye.